Want to know what a hot summer day off the grid looks like? 31 degrees outside, 27 degrees inside. That's with having a roof over your rig, because believe it or not, that makes a huge difference. I know, I guess the fall before last, it was built mainly for the winter to help keep the snow off the roof and the rain, because we all know these things have a tendency to leak. Wasn't really thinking about the summer at all, but the roof has actually made a huge difference in the summer temperature-wise. Because if you think about it, that roof, well, it's a tin roof for one, if you can see. So the sun sits on that and kind of reflects off of it, but underneath there's a big airspace because it's a floating roof. And that's all shaded. It's keeping the trailer roof shaded completely. It's also shading halfway down the trailer. You can see where the sun does hit. So that makes a huge difference inside temperature-wise. I think without this roof, well, the sun would sit directly on the trailer roof and just bake it inside. I know it would be probably 5 degrees hotter inside than outside without the trailer roof. So super happy that this roof was put on the trailer, because it has made a huge difference, not only in the winter, like I said, keeping the snow off and avoiding leaks from the rain, but also in the summer. Made a huge difference. Super happy that that was part of the plan to put a roof on here. And I think I've mentioned before in a previous video, I do have a 330 watt solar panel to still install on this roof. I bought it last winter when it was on sale. So hopefully I'll get that on before winter. But right now I have 40 watt panels. So 120 watts of solar right now in the summer. You can see the sun right now is just sitting right on them. It's been fine for the batteries. The batteries have always been completely topped up all summer. No problems at all, but for the winter I'm definitely going to want that 330 watt panel up there, because for one, we don't get as much sun, and the sun sets lower in the sky too, so definitely going to want the 330 watt panel. I do have a 40 amp charge controller too that I had purchased already. So once the new solar panel is installed, I'll need to install the charge controller as well. Just to be prepped for winter, make sure I'm gonna keep my batteries topped up. All summer it's been fine. But let's go see what it's reading inside. Ramsey's out in the catio. I think I mentioned in another video too that I have this 12 volt plug for charging devices inside the camper right now. And I also got this Motomaster thing that I can just plug into it to get a reading from my batteries, since I don't have my 40 amp charge controller hooked up yet. So I'll need two hands to do this, but I'll turn it back on when I have it plugged in to show you what the batteries are reading. So there we go. I've got it plugged in. It's reading 13.82 volts. That's with the sun sitting directly on the panels. Yeah, I picked that thing up at Canadian Tire. I don't know how much, maybe 20 bucks, something like that. It's great for just plugging it into that 12 volt plug there and just checking on my batteries. Like I said, until I get my 40 amp charge controller all hooked up with the new solar panel. Yeah, and since I'm getting so much solar right now, it's a perfect time to charge up some devices with that 12 volt plug. So I'm just charging up my BioLite. I don't know if anybody has ever seen these before, but they're great. You can plug them into little puck lights too that I have up here. And I just kind of hang it off this light and turn it on, and the lights here shine outward. In the evenings, you know, when the sun's gone down and you don't want to put too much strain on your batteries, you can use a BioLite like this, and it's perfect for lighting up an area. So the tankless water heater setup that I have in the shower here has also been fantastic all summer. I have a 20-pound propane tank outside. You can kind of see the line goes right outside there. 20-pound propane tank outside. I think I had this thing all geared up and ready to go in May, and there's still propane in that 20-pound tank with 2 people showering every day. So it's lasted this whole season. I feel like it's soon gonna run out, but it's lasted a long time, which is pretty great. Yeah, I also ordered a cover for my scooter online. I'm probably actually gonna move it here pretty soon just to get it out of the direct sun. Yeah, it fits pretty good. It would actually fit a lot better if I didn't have this milk crate here on the back. It would sit a lot lower and cover up better down here. But for right now it works, keeping the rain off. Not that it's been raining very much at all. But yeah, not too shabby. Catio is still standing. Fatty is out in the catio, watching the birds and catching a snooze. Just actually drug the generator out from under its little house here that I had it in before the other day and put it under here because I was having difficulty starting it. It started with the pull cord just fine. So I realized it was probably had something to do with the electric start. And the issue actually was the battery. I didn't realize I had to charge the I just thought that when the generator was running, it charged the battery automatically. You can see the battery there. But that's not the case. I actually have a battery charger that came with it. So I had to plug it into the generator when it was running. And just also plug the other end. Where is it? Right here. Into this little input, which you can see it says DC 12 volt input. I had to plug it in there to charge it back up again. I think I charged it back up to 1.2 amps. You're not supposed to exceed charging it. You're not supposed to exceed 1.5 amps or something like that. So anyway, charged that back up, and now the electric start works on it just fine. I have a remote for this thing. So as long as this is turned on, which you can see the light, as long as that's on, I can just use the remote to turn on this generator from inside the camper. And it's definitely convenient because when I thought the electric start crapped out on me, it was actually kind of a pain to come out here and pull on the pull cord. Even though I was happy that the generator itself still worked, I just got used to having, you know, the convenience of the remote. So yeah, here's the remote for the generator. It's basically just a start and stop button. This is start, this is stop. I would turn it on for you right now from in here, but it's directly under the catio and somebody's out there, and I figure if I fire it up, it'll scare the shit out of you-know-who. But yeah, it's pretty convenient. I don't know if anybody has seen anything like this, but it's definitely convenient to have a generator with a remote, because as long as you have the battery turned on, this is geared up to the electric start, so I can literally just hit a button and the generator will come on. I'll show it to you maybe when the cat's inside, so I won't scare him. Come inside so we can turn on the generator. Come on. Come on, come on. You can't just lay in the window. There we go. This is just the emergency exit window. And that's how the cats get out to the catio. But yeah, so here's the remote. Just gonna go ahead and push start in the general direction of where I know the generator is under the catio. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm sure you can. Generator's just fired up, and I think there's a waiting period of 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds before it'll actually bring the power on in here. I think it's like a surge protection kind of thing. So right now you can see that the fridge is on auto and, or sorry, on both auto and gas. There we go. So it just switched over, and now it's running off the generator and it says AC power. I have it on auto so that when I shut the generator off, it'll just switch to propane. Sorry about that, my memory card ran out. But as I was saying, when I shut the generator off, this will just switch automatically to gas. It'll just go right to propane. So I like that setup because when I do run the generator, it just kind of cuts off the propane. I save a little propane while I'm running the generator anyway, and then, you know, when I have it shut off, obviously it's just going to go right to propane. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the generator off now. So this button here, and you're going to see this switch right to gas right away. See? Now it's back on propane. So yeah, super convenient. I do actually have a 3000 watt power inverter now that I just got for my birthday last month. So I'm excited about that. I'm hoping to get that installed too before winter. And then I won't need to rely on the generator as much. But it is still nice to have as a backup. Right, Ramsey? Yep. Yeah, that's just really quick update. Quick summer update, I guess, of what's happening here at the Gypsy Den. And I will soon have to clean out this mess of a shed and start piling my wood for winter. Scary to say, not looking forward to winter. Hate it, but I do live in Nova Scotia, so it's inevitable. Yeah, that's it for now. See you on the next one.